Hello, everyone. We just finished watching episode 10 of The Mandalorian, or I guess the second episode of season 2. So, what are your first thoughts on that?
I kind of like this one. It definitely feels a lot different than the first episode. The first episode was definitely a Western. This one almost kind of feels like Aliens or something with that type of setup and stuff like that with the way it played out.
Mm-hmm. It's almost like an escort mission or something in a video game, because they have to take a passenger and her eggs. It's like a frog lady or something to wherever her planet is, because apparently her husband has seen Mandalorians on the planet that she lives on.
Yeah.
So the Mandalorian Jin Darin or Jarin, whatever his name is, takes her along and agrees to take her to that planet with her eggs. She has like a glass jar case type thing with all of her eggs in it.
Yeah.
And they get stopped by the police on the way.
Pretty much.
Like
shoot him down.
Yeah, New Republic shows up in their X-Wings, and they want him to do his clearance codes or whatever, and he doesn't have it, so he bolts on them. And he ends up crash landing on this ice planet. They end up running into a nest of spiders, which was like very reminiscent of Alien.
Yeah, that's the alien part of it. It had like that weird alien feel to it.
Yeah, the eggs even look like the alien eggs, and they kind of open up the same way and everything.
Yes. Because Baby Yoda seems to be wanting to kill off species.
Yeah, what was that about?
Everything.
So, yeah, we need to address Baby Yoda.
Yes.
Like, the boy ain't right.
Yeah, that boy ain't right. Yeah. Eggs are like... It's literally like the last of that frog lady's species.
Yeah.
Baby Yoda ate like 10 of them.
Yeah, Baby Yoda's just back there, like, chowing down on this lady's entire progeny.
Yeah.
It's like the fate of this species is like hanging in the balance, and Baby Yoda's just in the back, just like,
I'll eat your whole race.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you...
Mandalorian's like, don't eat that.
Yeah, and he just does it anyway. And then at the end, he looks like right at her. And then just turns around and eats another one. Like, he just doesn't care.
Yeah, he doesn't care. He's eating it.
He's
He almost became the hunter. The hunter became the hunter in that episode, though.
Yeah, well, that's true.
The spider's gonna eat him.
He almost got eaten by the spider. He didn't like that. He didn't like it when the spider was about to eat him.
Yes. Can't eat the spider eggs.
Yeah, he ate one of the baby spiders, too, which is, like, disgusting, but...
Yeah, just like, ugh.
I was like, who looks at that and is like, that looks delicious?
Yeah.
It's like, wow.
Like maybe just Yoda eats eggs all the time?
Baby Yoda. Yeah, what is up with his species? Like, his species has to be like some kind of... They're definitely carnivorous.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, I never
Just eating
really...
eggs.
Yeah, I never saw Yoda as being like some apex predator, but apparently it is.
They're probably way apex predator because they use the force powers to keep you in place.
Oh god. It paralyze you and eat you while you're still alive.
Yeah.
Don't fall asleep.
Fall asleep.
His species is actually like horrible.
Yeah, horrible monsters. Like, that's one you don't want to run into.
The most dangerous species in the galaxy is Yoda.
Yeah, Yoda's species or whatever it is. Yodidian?
Yoditties.
Yo.
Yeah.
What species are they even considered as?
They've never been classified. Yeah, it's never had a name. If you look up the Wikipedia article, it's probably like Yoda species or something.
That's the name. They just ran out of names.
The article probably is like, we know nothing about this race. And then it probably has like 63 sources.
Yeah. So where do you put that? I'm
Yeah.
actually look that up real quick.
Okay.
Species.
Yeah, look up what Wikipedia has to say about the Yoda race. While you're doing that, I'm going to talk about these spiders. So, the spiders are based on concept art from Ralph McQuarrie, the guy who basically designed all the concept ideas for Star Wars. And it was from a deleted scene in Empire Strikes Back when Luke's training on Dagobah. Apparently, there was a point in the original storyline where he ended up fighting one of these spiders while training on Dagobah. So it's kind of cool they brought those back. They've been, like, some version of them came back in Star Wars Rebels too, but it looked a little bit different than this one. This one looked pretty much exactly like the concept art design.
That is pretty cool. I kind of like how they did that. That's probably a good way to do it, just to like scan through all of their concept art and stuff like that, and just like take stuff that's kind of interesting.
Right.
There's a bunch of concept art that they didn't use in the original movies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's Yoda species. It's just Yoda species.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But yeah, because Lucas always intentionally made it vague. Just like
so that's intentional.
Yeah, but which makes this, like, the whole subplot of the series a little odd, because it's like they're gonna find out what Yoda is, and it's like George Lucas didn't seem to want people to know what Yoda was, but okay.
Unless they're just called Yoda species. They're just called Yoda.
They're called the Yodas.
Everyone's name is Yoda.
Well, we've only ever seen one other one, and that was Yaddle in episode 1.
Yaddle?
Yeah, there's a
Their
second.
names are kind of like... I guess their names are kind of like Moogles, because Moogle names in Final Fantasy are always like Moggle or Moglin. It has Mog in there.
Yeah,
like,
these ones all have, like...
Maybe it's the same way.
They're all Yos and Yads and...
Yod and Yads. Whatever the names there are.
Yeah, so, like, as far as the plot goes, this episode didn't really further the plot at all. But,
Yeah.
But it was essentially a filler episode, but it was fun. And
Yeah, it was trying to get from one place to another.
yeah, it was kind of the stop along the way from Tatooine to wherever the next location is, Trask or something. I don't know.
Yeah, Trask, I believe.
I don't think we've ever seen that planet at least in live action anyway.
We're going to have a bunch of frog people there.
Yeah, and then Yoda is going to eat the rest of their race.
Yes, pretty much.
But
Yoda is just committing genocide.
yes, he just commits genocide from, like, one species to another. He just eats babies.
Yeah. He has to eat everything smaller than he is.
Yeah, anything that's smaller than him is fair game.
Yes.
So, you can't really speculate on where the series is going to go from here, because it didn't really further the plot anywhere, so...
Yeah, it just kind of was your typical filler episode with some hijinks along the way.
Yeah, I mean, it was a fun episode. I don't dislike it.
Yeah, you get to see at least some more Republic, like, old school X-Wing design.
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah, seeing the real X-Wings was cool. Like I said in the last one, we talked about the Crate Dragon. Like, I'm a huge kaiju monster fan, so I always like seeing cool monster designs. So the spiders I thought were neat, because they kind of have like a Lovecraft look to them.
Yeah, definitely.
So, yeah, I thought that was cool. And, I mean, other than that, I don't think there's much more to say about this episode.
Yeah, because there's really nothing... I feel like it was interesting stuff that happened, but really nothing that really furthered the plot, so...
Yeah. Alright, so...
nothing really to talk about too much.
Right. Okay, so I guess we'll finish it up with that, and guess we'll see you next week for episode 11.
Yeah, episode 11.
Alright, thanks for listening.
See ya.